gaming community. I'm your host, Leon Gunsta, with Nurgle, JT Vega, and Mr. Or what's your name again? I can't think of your name.
The
I
guy
can't
kills
think of his name. It's MR.
I don't know why
Uh,
it's not saying the full name is Mr. Sonic.
Mr. Sonic. There we go. I couldn't see it. It just shows Mr. right there. We're doing a live stream of This Week in Gaming where we go through the gaming news over the last 7 days, of 7 to 14 days, basically all the news in the gaming industry, from games being released to DLC being released to game development companies either getting shut down or are making new products. So let's get this thing started, shall we?
Go
First,
ahead.
first up is Mortal Kombat 10. It was just
I
released,
I
and
knew it.
Nurgle has more to say about it than any of us.
What's going on?
You're playing it right now, so.
Well, actually, no, I'm not playing at the moment right now. I'm trying to unhook my PS4, but the damn thing turned itself back on.
I
Shit
managed.
drives me nuts.
My brother got a PC version and managed to watch what the fuck's been going on. It's crazy. The launch of Mortal Kombat X on PC was a disaster. It was the
Oh,
worst thing ever.
Yeah, what I heard is most of it was an update.
Yeah, it was 27 patches.
Shit.
yeah, they were doing some type of thing. At least this is what my buddy was telling me, because he preloaded MKX while we were at the GameStop launch event, and when he preloaded it, it was like installing the game in chunks. So you never had full access to the whole game while they were installing it. It was some type of new system they wanted to do where you could play the game while the game is downloading, and
I
it
got
obviously didn't work right.
Sorry for interrupt you. This is a topic, but your fucking picture made my fucking skin itch a lot.
I'm sorry. I'm gonna put my camera on here in a bit.
That
What's up?
fucking is the fucking trypophobia bullshit, man. I hate that shit.
I'm sorry, man. It's the great. It's actually a model from Forge World of the Great Unclean One. Because that's what Nurgle is. Nurgle's all death,
Dirty.
decay, and nasty stuff.
Yeah, well, they're doing their fucking job well. Okay.
I don't. I actually am not a big fan of Nurgle. I'm more of a fan of Slaanesh and Tzeentch than I am of Nurgle.
Okay. Yeah.
Anyhow, but MKX. I mean, I went to a launch event. I've been playing it since then, and it's got to be the best MK game I've played in fucking years. I mean, MK9 was great when it came out, but this one is just so different. They've made the combat run a lot faster, so you're going through a lot faster pace on everything. Linking combos together, still the same as before. Dial a combo, you just put in 1, 2, 3 on your buttons, and then link your next one in right after that. So they still have that same type of system going, but now when you do you can no longer dash block. So now you actually have to walk and block. And the walk speeds are really well done this time around. You can actually play footsies with your opponents now. For all those tournament goers that are all those guys that love doing that stuff. They really focused on the competitive side of this game. A lot more than what they did in MK9. And they've done it seems like a lot more balance to it than what Injustice had going on in it. Not to say there ain't broken shit in it, because I'm sure there's something that's fucking broke in it.
Mm-hmm. Yeah. It sounds like it. It sounds like a good game so far. Is it one of the best in the series, do you think?
I would say this is the best one in the series. The only thing I'm a little upset about with it is characters. I think there's too few characters in it, and I think there's too many family-based characters. I mean, you've got Johnny Cage, Sonya Blade, their daughter Cassie Cage, then you have Jax, his daughter Jacqueline Briggs, Kung Lao's cousin Kung Jin, And then you have Takeda, which is the son of Kenshi, raised by Scorpion. So they've got a lot of like family characters. This is seriously MK the Family Feud edition. That's exactly how I feel every time I look at it.
You know what? Maybe they want to try to add new stories to it. Maybe they want to try to add a story mode. Even though last time I've seen a fighting game try to add story modes to it was just total shit. But
well, that's the other thing. The story mode is really good. I've played through at least. It's not a long story mode from what I understand, and I've played through a few chapters of it. I think I left off on Kung Jin's chapter. And the story mode is very well done, very highly detailed. The voice acting is top-notch. The characters actually have more personality to them. You can actually kind of relate to the way these characters act and speak. Like Melina, she's not so psychotic and just weird like in the last one. This one, she actually has a personality to her and a lot more dialogue than 2 or 3 lines. But I won't spoil the. I will not spoil any of the story, so I'll just say that the story so far has been.
But
good.
she's still a freak in nature when it comes to fatalities, so right?
Oh yeah, she is a nut job, especially her second fatality. It is just sickening. But that's MK, man. If it's not over the top and sickening, it's not MK.
Yeah.
Yeah, it's always been that way since part 1, part 2, part 3, part 4, part 5, and part 6, part 7, part 8, part 9, part 10. Now part 10.
Well, I mean, after MK3, MK3 is when it got really silly. Because you were blowing people up and they would have like 10 legs fly out of them, 13 pelvis bones, and 16 skulls. It got really ridiculous.
Holy crap.
Hello?
Hello.
I don't know what the fuck was happening. I was trying to talk and it was I cannot talk at all.
Yeah,
happens.
there's some issues with Google Hangouts lately that I encountered lately.
I am like talking and then some of you interrupt and like, why you're such a dick? And like it was Google like not working. Like come on.
Yeah,
That happens. You have to restart your
some
browser.
technical glitch issues with Google.
Yeah, they have to fix their browser. That's all I have.
Hey, I'm gonna be right back for a quick second. I'll be right back.
Okay, so we talked enough about Mortal Kombat, or do you want to talk more about it?
I was going to say I like how Sonja is in this game a lot more. I don't know, it feels she feels a lot more awesome than in MK9. I like her personality. In the MK9 she was a little more 2D. If we want to call it like that. In this one, she has more personality. The same with Johnny Cage. He's not a douchebag. His sarcasm is actually funny. They really fix a lot of the characters and their personality to feel a lot more cool.
Mm-hmm.
You want to say that? I just saw the story mode on Twitch. I don't got the fucking game. I tried to play on PC. It only run like 5 frames. At least I didn't buy it. My brother was the one who bought it, so which is nice. I didn't bought it. At the same time, my brother bought GTA 5 and the GTA collection. So I got 3, Vice City, San Andreas, and 5 on PC. I'm not even sure if it runs. And talking about GTA 5 is on PC now.
Yeah, no, we'll talk about that right now. GTA 5 being released on PC. What do you think about that?
About fucking time for some people.
Yeah.
I'm like
it took them like how many years?
2 years.
2
2 years, yeah, and I'm not sure why it took them so long. I'm wondering what was taking them.
They were trying to optimize it to everything possible. I heard that people that has entry-level graphic cards can play this game.
Yeah, they can.
I want to download it and play it to try it out to see if it actually works, but I'm having issues for some fucking reason.
I don't think I have an entry level.
And I am like, I'm not gonna download those 6 gigabytes again. I was like, it was not opening for me and shit like that. So I was like, I just fucking deleted it. It's like fucking 60 gigabytes. My internet is 50 download, 50 megabyte download, and it took me 3 hours to download at 7 megabytes.
60 gigabyte download, really? Oh man.
60. So you gotta, that Comcast internet. You're gonna leave that computer there for days.
Hmm.
That's a hell of a download, man. 60 gigs? Jesus.
Or you can
I
buy the
wanna
retail
buy-
version.
If the retail version has the Steam key in it, I'll buy it.
The retail version has 7 discs.
Shit. Damn. If it has like a Steam key inside it that I have to activate it through Steam, that's fine. I will do it
No.
like that.
I don't think
I
so.
did that with Civilization. So I got it through Steam, but I was able to download it from
Pretty much.
Yeah, one of the things that I've been hearing everybody talk about more than the game itself is the video editor.
Video editor.
Oh, yeah.
That they gave for Grand Theft Auto 5.
Oh, really? They have a video editor for it?
A really
Yeah.
good one, apparently.
GTA 4 has one.
Xbox.
Is it just for GTA, or is it for...
For any
GTA 4 had a video editor for PC only, and GTA 5 is going with the same, having a video editor for only PC. Why not console? I don't know.
Well, I guess because, the next-gen consoles have their own little trim and video editing process to them, but it sucks.
PlayStation's was kind of good. I got... PlayStation's is easy to use, but I'm not sure about Xbox's.
I had some buddies that used to upload some of their KI videos up online because they found glitches and they were posting them on forums and shit. But other than that, that's all I've seen of it.
That bad?
Yeah. Let's see
What?
here. Now, maybe now this will run better. Oh, I fucking forgot.
Yeah, 'cause I seem to remember people complaining about certain issues of the game.
What, GTA 5 or Mortal Kombat?
Mortal Kombat.
Okay. I'm hearing people say GTA 5 is crap on the PC. I'm not sure if they're just trolls or not.
It's probably people who have probably bad computers.
Yeah, I was just wondering because because GTA 5 isn't that terrible of a game. It's possibly one of the best games in the last 10 years.
Not that
Yeah.
much, really. I like GTA 5 a lot, but there's a lot of stuff that I still kind of have the same issues as GTA 4. Like, the game feels way too slow. I was playing GTA 3 recently. I put the widescreen hack and all that stuff, and I finished like 7 missions in between 30 minutes. Stuff like that. It's a really high-paced game, but in this one you have the really detailed story, which is not bad. But if you play the whole game and then you want to go back to do past missions, you're like, what the fuck? What kind of mission I should play? Because some of these are not even missions. It's just going to one place to another, and that's the mission.
I wouldn't say that, but
So
what
I
I've
have
seen in GTA 5, what I've seen in actual GTA 5, the most important part about the game is not really the single-player story. I mean, yes, single-player has a lot more atmosphericness to it than online does, but it's online that everybody talks about, and there's a reason. The online mode is one of the best online gameplays I've ever played.
I have
fucking
yet
hate
to play online with GTA 5.
What?
I have yet to play it.
I fucking hate GTA Online. I'm level 110 and I fucking hate it.
Why?
I try to have fun.
Did you play Heist yet?
Oh, don't talk about heist, please. I don't have friends to play this shit, and I had to wait for people, and then I joined with randoms, and they keep dying, and then I keep resetting, and they keep dying. Then they left, and then I had to go back, go to the lobby, wait for more people, wait around 1 hour or something, then try to do the heist, see if we can do it. We finish it, and then when we finish the thing, they kill me. It pissed me off. I kill
Yeah,
the guy.
that happens. I get pissed off on that. At least the money goes straight to your bank. That I've learned.
Yeah, because I get people who try to, troll me a lot on the game. It's like, man, I just want to level and just go play the game. That's all.
I'm usually I am not usually the guy that like to go to PvP when it goes with games like this. I like to go with a crew and fuck people, police ops, and made a mayhem and shit like that. Destroy my fucking console of FPS because there's a lot of police in the same place. I love that. It's
Yeah.
fucking hilarious. But
Yeah,
then
I usually just rob a liquor store, the nearest liquor store, and just I'm gone.
that's
Yeah,
not even
I usually-
fun anymore.
I have it down to an art what I do when I play this game. I'll play these missions and stuff. How I play these missions is I'll just go on a rampage. How do I put this? I play these missions on my own. Like for instance, Extradition. I'll play it on my own. There's a scene area of the map where you could get a fighter jet. I blow up the ship, then I blow up the what is it called? The DA's car. And what happens next is I just after I blow up the DA's car, I land, wait till police wanted level goes down, land the jet, and take the extradition thing, or take the papers, go to what's his name's house, Madrizo's house, Martin's house, and that's how that mission ends. And now I don't have to constantly do that anymore thanks to Heist, because
I
Heist
remember
gives you more
we had to
money.
do the helicopter heist.
Yeah, and you kept getting killed.
Okay, I gotta tell you.
I didn't get killed.
Hmm.
Something that when GTA 5 announced GTA Online, the thing that I was expecting is what we had on Heist now. I wanted the missions to have their own story. They tell, oh, this is like 6 months later after GTA 5, right? That's the story. But there's like no actual story. The thing I was thinking is, oh, you have 4 people, and with those 4 people, you're gonna create a story and just go through a stolen line, and then you go to heights, and then do more story and do mayhem, like the main game. But it's not that. It's just some fetch quest missions to get fast money. What the fuck is that sound?
What the heck
Yeah,
is that?
What is that noise?
Oh shit! That's a freaking fire alarm in my and where I'm at. So fire's going off, and it's warning the area.
I was gonna say, maybe do you guys got a tornado warning or something coming
No,
on?
we have a fire alarm warning. There's a giant siren. Ignore it.
You're gonna die. GG.
I'll mute it in a minute. Yeah, but Grand Theft Auto 5, it's a masterpiece of a game. Single player mode has one of the most atmospheric elements in any video game whatsoever. I don't think anything could ever come close to it. Just atmospheric and stuff like that.
In my opinion, I just prefer the first 3. I mean, like GTA 3, Vice City, and San Andreas. There's love them a lot. It's probably nostalgia.
But
But-
there's one thing, yeah, it's a nostalgia talking for you, but
Damn it.
but what I'm most excited for the PC game is this. One word, mods.
Mods.
Yes.
Yeah.
I want to see the mod that San Francisco placed in there so I could get it and go on a rampage.
I just want to see the mods. That's the thing that I think is gonna keep GTA 5 alive. Because I haven't gone back to the game because I want to do the heist, but what I'm gonna do after that? Do more heists. I want to get the jet though.
They keep adding new things to it, so yeah, it's actually fun. And don't start the heist yourself, just join up with other crew member. Because you get money through all the setups.
Did you see how folks were getting all upset about the DOA and people modding it for to make the female characters naked and shit?
What?
Did you see all
Yeah,
that shit
you
about
can
DOA 5? People getting all pissed off because people are modding it to make them
Yeah,
look
that's
naked.
gaming news. Let's talk about that.
I
Dead or
thought
Alive
that was
5?
funny as hell.
That's been
Yeah.
around for like weeks now.
Yeah.
They released
But
it.
that's just hilarious that they're just getting angry over the fact that, oh no, there's new characters, let's censor this. I'm tired of that talk.
Well,
I'm really
that's just
tired
a
of that.
mod though that allows you to do it.
No, but
because
I'm
that's
just
been
tired of that
around.
talk. I'm tired of that screaming call for censorship bullshit. I'm tired of it.
I'm
Well,
tired of it
You gotta
too.
understand these people. These people are always been that way because they've been bitter about being moral high horse people.
Alright, you can try my Twitch now to see the game. Let's see if it works now.
Alright.
Now it's buffering. God damn it. It's probably because I got like too many motherfuckers online. I got too much shit going on.
Yeah, I'm sorry.
Mm-hmm.
But it looks
Sorry
like
that
it's running a little bit smoother than it was.
Mm-hmm.
Well,
Yeah.
here's the thing. A lot of people are just trying to, are trying to derail the whole game because I think I know why.
Why? Go ahead, say it.
Because they're trying to protect the whole issue with women, but they have never ever understood the reality of the
They don't
world.
buy the games, nor do they play the games.
Yeah, nor
So
they.
why are the companies going to give a shit what they're going to say?
I know it's like
In the
it's like
bottom
me
line,
trying to
it's
ask.
money.
It's like me trying to ask Blizzard to add in some new expansion for World of Warcraft.
Yeah, it's not going to work. Like Blizzard gave the social justice warriors on several occasions the giant middle finger. Actually told Polygon to leave during an interview a while ago.
Well, when I was playing through this game here with MKX, part of me actually thinks that they kind of caved to these social justice warriors and their feminism bitching, because I've noticed all the female characters in this game, none of them are dressed sexily like they were dressed in the older MK games at all. They're mostly all fully clothed.
Yeah, and that's going to drop the popularity down in a pissed off fan.
Yeah, because it's not like who cares about the fact that they're sexualized or not? They're fighting.
At least, okay, let's say it like this. At least when they don't go and Mortal Kombat came out, like, look, it's not sexualized anymore. And I like, it's not, I don't feel like it's pandering, but when it comes like, if they come out like, look, we did redesign our character to be more feminist, now we'll be mad. At least they didn't went out trying to pander. I don't know.
I don't know. Did you hear about what happened to that new Final Fantasy that they had?
Which one?
I think it was called. It starts with an L or
Type
M.
Zero?
Mucus or Mollicus, whatever it's called.
All right, whatever it is.
Let me find it because they said they censored that one because it was too gay.
What?
Yeah, I
The
heard
male
that.
character was too gay.
That's what the social
Really?
justice wars are like. Are
Yeah.
these people? These are what the social justice wars are acting like right
But
now.
it
It's
was
like
actually Square Enix's decision to do this because the market for they don't like, well, let's just say they were joking around about the fact that we're so into macho men characters in video games.
no, we're not. There's like,
I know, and it's like they kind of think we do, but the issue that most people don't realize is that it depends on who you put into as a character. We wouldn't care if it's like an emo teen character.
no. As long as you
But-
can kick ass, I don't give a shit who it
Yeah, and it's like what happened. Remember that game Nier?
I remember that game. I actually have that game, but I never play it.
Yeah, the fact that they actually changed the character from a teenage, pop star looking character to a masculine male
Really?
in the English version. The Japanese version, they basically had him as a skinny teenage kid.
That I didn't know.
Yeah, and of course you could look it up.
I didn't know that, actually. That's pretty interesting.
Yeah, and of course, they felt that the market in the U.S. was kind of like into the whole stereotype of the macho male, muscular male. That they had to change that character to fit it in the U.S. because that's what they were told to do.
Who told them to do that?
PR.
PR?
Yeah,
Not Americans, just PR?
just PR, public relations.
See, though, that's different, though. That's not a bunch of people bitching and screaming that, like a bunch of random Twitter people bitching and screaming that they have to fucking give in to their demands and censor it and all this other shit. So that's a little different. If PR folks are in there saying, "Oh, we think you should change this," well, that's within company and corporate demands. That's not a.
I didn't think Final Fantasy ever had muscular characters. They were all these skinny people.
Yeah, but you didn't really see Nier, haven't you?
Mm,
All right,
no,
let me see if I can
really.
find that HN thread because I remember I saw it somewhere. Yeah, because they censored out the outfit for the character. They felt that thing was too gay, and everyone was laughing about it when I talked about it on a different live stream.
I don't know,
Because
man.
they thought the character's outfit was too gay, and we were like laughing about it, going like,
Mm.
"Oh yeah, they're censoring that because they felt that the character was too gay." Oh, here it is. Here's the thread.
Oh my god.
This is the game that they were talking about. Final Fantasy.
God, this
Square
fatality is so
Enix and
sick.
Mine. What was another Molina fatality?
Yeah, you might see it on there. I don't know. This stream is all broken. That thing is because I got too much shit running through bandwidth here.
That's okay.
Yeah,
don't
because
worry
they
about it.
okay, Memphis, or was it Memphis?
Memphis?
Final Fantasy.
Memphis and
Memphis or Memphis. I can't pronounce it correctly.
oh.
It's like that phone game that they're trying to bring out.
Oh.
Yeah, I'm just gonna stop this stream.
What the hell was that before he was wearing it? I thought that's something they would usually have a female character wear.
Yeah,
and they're
they-
doing this against males. It's so funny. They think it was too gay.
Well, I mean,
No,
all
I-
they did with that character was to, like, add a few bits of clothing to him when he had already had. They just basically just blackened in parts of the clothes that were
They
naked.
could. I'm surprised that social justice warriors haven't even fought for this thing to be in America. And say I'm offended by, like they always do that whole I'm offended, and my feelings are so important.
They're not
Oh
important.
my God!
Okay,
They
all I have to
removed
say is
The guy's clothes and made him so sexy. I love it. But then they tried to censor it out. They need to
I
bring
hope they
this
say
to
something
America
like that.
and
I
blah,
hope
blah.
I hope they say something like that. I really do.
I would love to hear them say that. Like, my feelings are hurt by this. Oh my God! It's such a
just
very
a
good
dream
game.
guy.
I'm
Just a dream guy
so
because
disappointed how
yeah.
Square Enix had done this. Oh my God! It's such a very good game. But it's sad how they censored out this because they said it was too freaking gay. Oh my God!
Well, you guys saw what happened recently with MKX the day before it came out, right? Or the
know.
day before. Before that, they were praising the hell out of the female body proportions and how much they paid attention to treating the women with respect and everything. And then the game, right before it comes out, when people got their hands on it, they're like, oh my God, this game is morally corrupt. We can't have this out there. It's so gross and violent and sickening.
Who said this? Social Justice
The
Warriors?
social justice warriors. I think several of our wonderful sites like Polygon, I want to say Kotaku. I don't have the links with me right now, but from what I understand, they were running articles about how the moral panic and all that shit again. And all I wanted to say is, go ahead and tell Ed Boon. The man don't give a fuck.
Yeah, right now there's like a new MOBA called Strife.
Mm-hmm.
I haven't heard of that one yet.
Yeah, it's a new one. Yeah,
Okay.
it's on Steam right now.
But in the end, this censorship is just getting freaking annoying, and we have to make sure stuff like this just ends.
I know.
it's
I can
getting-
imagine them doing the whole "my feelings are hurt" thing because I'm offended by this game. I'm offended.
You know, they can always say they're offended all they want, but in the end, they don't play the game. They don't give a shit about it. They just want to vote
It's like
to
they
hear them
do that
talk.
all the time.
It's all about their goddamn narrative. The whole
Yes.
fucking thing. All of it. They don't give a shit. It's all about getting that narrative out there. They get money for publicity and acting like retards. Look at Batwoo, okay? How many fucking times, when she runs out of money or that Patreon number goes low, what does she do?
She
Say
runs her
something
mouth.
stupid.
And she just did it again. She just went goth.
Oh yeah, the whole, see what Gamergate did? It made me go goth. I'm like, are you really fucking serious?
Are you really
Because you
gonna
put
go
a red
there?
sorry lady, you put a red strip through your hair, that don't make you motherfucking goth. I come from the
Yeah.
metalhead and goth scene, okay?
I've seen goth. That ain't goth. And I don't see goth anymore. That's strange. I haven't seen goth in a long time.
Fucking
It's
hell,
mostly
golf
emos
is
now.
so 2000.
It's mostly-
know goth chicks,
Rihanna
they're very
Wu,
depressing.
Marilyn Monroe. Who is it?
Marilyn
Manson.
Marilyn Manson. Hey, Rihanna Wu. Marilyn Manson is calling for his hairstyle.
Actually,
She
you know
looks
what I
just
said
like
it looked
Marilyn
like?
Manson.
It
There's
looked like
that-
Anita Sarkeesian's hair, actually.
You know what's so
Yeah,
funny?
the red-
There was
the
a
red
scene
hair.
for Family Guy where Peter said, "Marilyn Manson's doing this to Chris," like that. I'm gonna teach him or her a piece of my mind. I remember that scene.
You have to remember the whole controversy behind Marilyn Manson and the kids listening to his music. It's kind of the same bullshit now. It's still the same bullshit everywhere.
Yeah, well, they tried to blame Marilyn Manson on the Columbine thing, and I think that there was, like, documentation or things with people saying that those two guys hated Marilyn Manson.
Jeez. You know what? Can I tell some to these people that are gonna try to say Gamergate is just the game people in Gamergate are like the people in Columbine? I've seen this said before. I'm gonna say this right here. That is not the case. We are nothing like those guys. The only way for someone to ever go down that type of a path, they would have to have something seriously wrong with them. Heck, in the 70s or 80s, I'm not sure when it was, a young woman shot up an elementary school with a sniper rifle.
I never heard about that. Holy
I
shit.
forgot when it was, but yeah, I think she was like 20-something years old. She shot at an elementary school with her sniper rifle. Newspaper called her up and asked her why like that, and she says, "I just hate Mondays." Casey murdered her 3-year-old daughter in cold blood.
She just quickscoped her daughter.
She just killed her daughter in cold blood through her body where she buried her pets.
That's just
Jodi Arias murdered her boyfriend that she supposedly loved just because she's a psychopath.
And no
I'm
one
just
talked
saying.
about that.
Yeah, and these social justice warriors want to call us the worst people on the planet. They just want to bury those things and try to continue putting it on us.
Well, it's because the longer they play victim, the longer people pay attention, the
Mhm.
more people feel sorry for them and give them money, and the more people fucking freak out over all this shit.
I know, and
Look at this
right
whole-
now there are real people that are having real problems, and they're focusing on the fantasy part of the world. And it's like,
Yeah.
it's like you realize that there are real women that are being beheaded in another country, and you want to
because
bitch at
they're
us
a
saying
woman.
that we're worse than ISIS because we did nothing wrong, and yet you still accuse us of all this bullshit.
They're just bad. They're just bad people. That's all.
I
they
know.
are.
It's like we try to tell them, look, if you're gonna bitch at us for harassing women, why don't you bitch at ISIS if you have the courage to
Why don't you
actually
bitch at him for
say,
throwing? Why
because
don't you
they
go after
beheaded
them
more
for
women than you than we ever did. We never
bitch at the
did
Saudi
any of
Arabian
those things.
government for beheading women? Bitch at Pakistan for putting people on, giving people death sentences just for being Christian. Bitch about the fact that ISIS is throwing homosexuals off of the roof of tall towers.
Oh, I
Just
read
for being
about that.
homosexual.
Yes, I'm just saying. Bitch at those things. Stop bitching at the gaming community.
I know.
This is a gaming community, not something, not a social issue, and that's the reason why we're not giving up. It's like, get out of our industry.
Yeah,
This is
focus
not you.
focus on the fact that the world is fucked up right now, and tell them and see if they care about it.
Mhm.
Do they care that you tried to say that women? Yet here's the thing right now. everyone was talking about how Hillary is ignoring the issue with women being beheaded in other countries because she supports those so-called regimes.
Well, that's the other thing I'm hearing about. And like, what's his name? Main Event was talking about that in his video when he was going off about how all these people want to say they want to vote for Hillary just because she's a woman.
She's a woman.
Yeah.
Dude, why would you do that? Why? Are you crazy? So if Hitler came out there with boobs, you would vote for him? Are you serious?
Yeah, it's getting too far with these people.
Oh,
I
and then
know. I'm sorry if I brought this up.
Yeah,
and-
but this is like this is a topic for another day. That's all I have to say.
I
Yeah,
apologize.
you're right about that. This had got jack shit to do with games. Well, one thing that did was apparently she tried to censor games, and I think people are taking it out of context. I looked into that, and what she had said at that speech was she wanted to make it where children of a certain age cannot buy or get their hands on these games.
Guess
And
what?
parents were more educated. That's what it looked like.
Guess what, Clinton? There is already a thing. It's called ESRB, you dumbass.
But it's not a government-sanctioned
No,
thing.
but I'm just saying it's still out there and it's regulation for all the businesses. She's more dumber than the fact that Nazi and Monty walk into the
the fact is that
walk into the freaking Oval Office. She's that delusional. I mean, come on now.
you have to have an ID to buy a mature rated game.
Yeah. And GameStop, and when you buy it for your children, GameStop have a rule that says tells them what's inside the game. Heck, they do it to me still.
The problem is that here's the problem.
Mhm.
They're having an issue with parents having their children play Call of Duty and all this other shit, and already they're trying to report to. They're thinking of doing that whole idea of reporting the parents if they see their 13-year-old kid playing online.
Yeah, I saw that UK school thing where they're talking about calling child services.
All
and
that
shit.
is just they don't have any legal ground to do it. That's all I have to
It's
say.
just a fear tactic.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah.
Mm-hmm.
And the fact is, they'll probably do that in the United States. They'll probably think about that if. I can assume
It's probably not gonna. It's probably not gonna stand because all we have to do is bitch about it to Supreme Court.
I never understand why. Like, movies had a lot of violence bullshit, like even worse than games. And
it's just
children
even
watch that all the
the
time.
people who sell the game would to ask them, "Are you sure you really want to buy this game for your child? How old is your kid?" They would ask them those questions sometimes.
Yeah, they do that all the time. Yeah, they do that all the time. But the problem I have is this. That's just it. That's the problem. They
It's
want
the
to continue
parents.
this. It's blind rhetoric, and they're just trying to do think of the babies bullshit. It's not just.
It's not even, and half of the parents don't realize this. They just do this just to make their kids happy. It's not like it's a bad thing. It's just like if I remember my mom. I bought a fighting game, for example. She didn't have a problem with me playing that or Mortal Kombat.
When I was young, my parents used to let me watch rated R movies. They let me fucking play Mortal Kombat, Mortal Kombat 2, all of them. If it was violent, bloody, they didn't give a shit because they had raised me prior. They had told me and sat me down and said, you know, this isn't real. You can't do this shit. You do this in real life, you're going to go to fucking jail.
Yeah.
Yeah, or
You
die.
know, they raised me like that. And I don't...
Yeah.
When I hear people complain about 12-year-olds playing Call of Duty, I'm going... Dude, when I was like 8, I was playing Doom. That's
In
way
fact,
better.
I remember watching.
Oh, dude.
In fact,
I was like 6. I watched it with my parents in a movie theater.
let's talk about that. Let's talk about that hypocrisy a lot of gamers have.
Hypocrisy, yeah.
When you play GTA 5, right, online, and you see the kids playing games, it kind of pisses you off. But when you were little, you still play those mature games too. So
Yeah, you
those
do.
new kind of kids, they still want to play mature games because they're popular and they're awesome. So I don't believe
There's not
that they
enough
want
good. There's not enough good child games out there anymore. Not enough good good classical games. Like this is what my problem with the gaming industry. They are focusing everything on mature rated games. They're not focusing on other type of titles. They're not trying to focus. They're not trying to be more diverse. And this all started like back in 2007 when I started, or 2006 I started catching this. They're focusing more on the M-rated games and putting more and more of the money into that. And when I was younger, what it used to be was there are a few M-rated games here and there, but there were a lot of T-rated games. There were a lot of E-rated games for the old Nintendo systems and stuff like that.
Yeah, especially.
And they made them with good quality.
It was PC for Mac.
They made them with good quality too. Think of all the Mario games on the N64 and NES. Think of all this. Think of Star Fox. Think of all those games.
The thing is, you're thinking about games like Nintendo, but Nintendo's still making those games.
No, I'm not just thinking about them, but Sony did the same thing. They for a long time had games.
Here's the thing. Remember when Mac used to make educational games?
Yeah.
Like, for example, Carmen Sandiego.
I remember that game.
And also let me see, what was that other one called? Math
Blaster?
Yeah, Math Blaster.
How could you forget Math Blaster when you're growing up, man?
Yeah, it was a long time ago. There was a lot of good games. There were a lot of fun educational games. It's just sad they're not making them anymore for children for this generation.
I'm actually making a game very similar. And sorry,
go ahead. And say,
guys, one at a time. Go ahead.
I'm making a game based on Breaking Bad called Meth Blaster. Continue.
Okay, but yeah, it's just getting to the point where
the hell is Walter White?
Yeah. But it's getting to the point where all these games are being made for adults, mostly Decatur adults. If they want to truly help out with the children, why not give money to the gaming companies actually and say, hey, make some games for the children, not just us, you. And instead of screaming, saying, focus on the children, screaming like a baby.
I recently picked up Winnie the Pooh's Home Run Derby, and I gotta say, I enjoyed that quite a bit.
I remember playing.
I'm just saying, it's like they ran out of ideas anymore. It's now mindless action games. That's why the gaming industry is crashing. That's why Capcom is almost on their death row.
Well,
because they're all focusing on mindless action games. Resident Evil 5 is a shining example of a mindless action game. This is an industry-wide problem as well, not just games for lack of kids, but it's just an industry-wide problem with everything. It's like they follow a trend. They say, oh, man, Call of Duty 4 was amazing. Let's make games like this. And you see them all make that. There are some good games here and there, like Homefront and a few others, but there are a lot of shitty games.
Dude, I think it's a little bit unfair to say that the entire industry is like that, though. Because I think there's a lot of really good games, especially I might be hesitant to go into the indie games here because because they kind of are a different thing on their own. But there are definitely a lot of interesting indie games that are coming out from time to time. AAA, you're right. There's a certain amount of
AAA is
complacency in how it currently is. But there are a lot of interesting new games that come out all the time.
I see a lot of clones is what I do see. And
that's what I've seen a lot of, too.
There's always been clones.
Like, for instance, gaming companies would do their own thing, like Assassin's Creed. They wanted they're the same company that did Prince of Persia. They wanted something other than Prince of Persia, so they made Assassin's Creed. And then they found out that game was popular, so they kept making it. And then there are a bunch of other companies that said, oh, that game is popular, let's try to make something just like that. And they do this like alternate history type of thing. People try copying in them. Then they see that Call of Duty is popular, and Capcom says mindless action games are popular, so instead of making Resident Evil actually a scary game, let's make it an action game.
Yeah, well, that's the thing, though. In any industry, when you see something that's successful, it's going to get copied over and over and over until...
I don't think this is a new thing either.
No, it's been around for a long time.
Yeah, exactly. I think like the industry has been like this since the beginning.
The only good copy game I've ever seen from any game is this. What's the game called? Killzone. it was supposed to be Sony's way of combating Halo. It was a really good game. It's still a really good series. Killzone Shadowfall was a shitty game, but the rest were actually pretty good games.
I actually quite enjoyed Shadowfall.
It was fun to a point, but it just got tedious after a while.
Like Halo itself was supposed to be like really strongly based off of like what was it, Doom? I don't know.
Yeah. No, but just the fact that some games it could work, but you have to know how to make it. You have to have your own innovation, but they don't do this. They don't do that at all. Like for instance with THQ, they did try staying in the kiddie game market. They still tried to make all those Nickelodeon games, but they did a shitty job at it. They were like the LJN of the 2000s, and anybody that knows what LJN is would know this. LJN equals shit, and THQ in the 2000s, for the most part, had shitty games.
Yeah, I've done the math. LGN does equal shit.
The only games that THQ ever actually did good was Dawn of War,
Mm-hmm.
Space Marine on the PS3, or well, it was 360 as well, I think.
Yeah.
Space Marine was a good little Gears of War type clone. It was pretty good for Warhammer fans.
It was a good mindless action. It was hilarious that the aliens were screaming Space Marines.
While we're talking about bad game, I was watching the movie Bob Video, right? And he was thinking, "Oh, we need to bring the tiger back." I was like, "What the fuck is wrong with you?"
Oh God.
It's like bring tiger back.
There was one game that THQ made that was that was supposed to be like a Call of Duty clone, but it looked more like Half-Life with Call of Duty features. That was Homefront. It felt like Half-Life with the Call of Duty controls. Half-Life 2 with the Call of Duty controls. It had that like ambush styles feature to it and stuff like that, which at the time I didn't really see much with Call of Duty much.
I played Homefront, the beta, when it was out, and I thought that was the worst fucking FPS ever I've ever.
Actually, it wasn't that bad. The multiplayer was shit, but the single player was really good. Actually, the multiplayer has a lot of things on Call of Duty. You actually have vehicles in multiplayer.
Yeah, but I was watching, and there's like the game felt outdated.
There are some graphical issues, but there's a new one coming out. I'm not sure when it'll come out, but it's gonna be. It looks like kind of like how I said, they're not taking after Call of Duty in the next one. It's like they're copying Far Cry now. It's like
what I feel the new Homefront is doing is what the Wolfenstein new game did. It's an alternate story. Instead of Nazi, this time it's Koreans.
It's always been Koreans in Homefront.
Yeah, I mean, in Homefront, like Koreans.
Yeah. It's always been that way, but it was really good. They did it really well. I can't go into much about the game, but it was actually a pretty nice game in my opinion. I actually enjoyed Homefront quite a bit.
Yeah, especially they have the Warhammer series.
Yeah.
Well, yeah, like I said, Dawn of War was the only thing they ever had. But that and Darksiders 1 and 2 were good games, but they didn't sell well.
Yeah, because they didn't market it that well.
THQ went down because, let's just face it, was their kiddie games. The constant making all these updated Nickelodeon games and stuff like that killed them.
Well, they had
WWF
series for a while.
But it's just those type of games that they did, those pathetic games that they did that had the Nickelodeon symbol on them, that just really hurt THQ because they kept making those games, putting a lot of money into them, hoping that they sell, and after a while, people stopped buying them. You know why? Because people finally, the kids told them, "I don't want you to buy this for me anymore. I don't like this game."
Yeah, my kids can't even stand half. My kid has a couple of those games, the SpongeBob and there was another one. And they can't stand playing SpongeBob. It's just they can't figure it out. It's hard for them at their young age.
It's a pathetic game. I liked them when I was younger because it was my favorite cartoons. After playing it through like 10 minutes, and then I'm like, this is boring like that.
Look, even back in the day, back on PS1, there were some good THQ games, but most of them were so fucking boring, and I didn't like them. In fact, when I see the THQ logo, I always think of the low quality games they made, even at the PS1 time, and I never find them relevant.
Actually,
after the time.
I used to
There was
remember
one
the
of the
Ghost in
better
the Shell
games.
game they released, and that was under THQ.
There was one game series I was like, there was a WWE game series, the SmackDown versus Raw. THQ always, for the most part, performed really well with those games. But then again, that was Ukes that was doing it, not really. And they did it really well every year. I mean, this year it was under 2K over the last 2 years, but this year was probably one of their worst. But I think it was because they moved to a new console generation, and it always gets bad after they move to another generation of consoles. They try to make everything look so beautiful that they sacrifice gameplay and features.
Here's the thing. Remember Red Faction, right?
Yes.
Then they tried Red Faction, Guerrilla, and then Armageddon. Armageddon was their biggest disappointment because they tried to overhype the thing, and they even tried to do like a TV series or a movie. That didn't help them or succeed for them.
Don't make video games into movies. The directors have no idea. The directors have no idea on how to do it.
Actually, Mortal Kombat was the biggest hype that they ever had because first off, they should have went like this: arcade successful, game console game successful, then a movie. Wait until the series is successful, then make a movie and decide whether.
What is happening
I
with?
think Mortal Kombat was the highest grossing video game movie that was made.
So it even had a TV series. It had a cartoon series, and I remembered watching those things.
What about the Machinima Mortal Kombat Legacy? I like them, like Season 1 and Season 2.
They're okay.
Legacy was supposed to be the whole testing ground to be like, okay, it got views, now we're going to push forward to a movie with that director. And because I don't know if you know how this went, but when MK9 dropped, shortly after the MK Rebirth fan film was made and then put out by that director, it was his name is Kevin Takian. He's known for doing movies like Glee and all that stupid dance.
Dude, I would love to see like a dance routine with my MK. But go on.
Well,
Yeah, I know. He's like,
I'm pretty sure it's out there somewhere.
Combat.
Yeah.
Anyway, they put out this. He made this fan trailer because he went out to Warner Brothers and said he wanted to make a Mortal Kombat movie, and WB laughed in his face or some shit like that. They basically laughed him out of the room and said, "You're fucking crazy." So he said, "Fine." Took his own money. He made this 7-minute video with Michael Jai White and Jerry. What was her name?
I think Jerry Hollowell.
I think it's Jerry Ryan.
Jerry Ryan.
Voyager.
You're right.
Yeah, okay.
He's the one that played in Star Trek Voyager
Yeah, she was in
at 709.
Yeah, she was the one with the really big breasts. That's the one reason I remember her. She was the only reason I watched that show back in the day.
Yeah, me too. I admit that.
Yeah.
But I have to admit it was an okay show.
The fan-made content, the reason why it's so successful, like, for instance, Half-Life 2, Escape from City 17. How many of you guys ever watched that one?
I haven't seen that.
Nope.
Oh, it's a really good one. Trust me, you guys have to see it. Escape from City 17. It is by far an amazing one. But the reason why they do that is they have the passion for the game, and they want to make a good story for that game. They know what's in the game. They know how the game's atmosphere is, so they could do it right. These people, when they give it to Hollywood, they have no idea what the game is about. And they just look at the premise of the game. It's like, oh, let's make it about that, and they'll make something complete. Like, for instance, the Mario Brothers movie. Remember that?
Oh God, Mario Brothers.
Yes.
You know what though? I actually liked that movie still.
It was so ridiculously smart.
You know what? I'm kind of honest. I like the setup of that movie. Not like it's not a Mario movie, but actually they really made a good job, like making the whole thing looks good. I mean, it doesn't look like Mario, but it kind of looks good. If it has a different plot and different characters, I think I will like the movie a little bit.
Oh my God.
Look, I want to say, I think there are two things that need to go into making a good video game movie, and that is, one, the game itself needs to have an established like story and stuff. Like if you go and try to make a Mario game and try to make your own story to the game without a story, that's kind of weird.
See, that's
and then
oh, go ahead, man. I'm sorry. I didn't mean.
Oh, that's all right. Here, I'll just finish. The other point is you need to be interacting with the people who make the game and whose like vision it was. So, for instance, like the Halo TV series that was made by the people who made the Halo games, or the World of Warcraft movie that's coming out is made by the people who make World of Warcraft. I mean,
Was
like,
Halo already released?
there is a TV series about it, a short TV.
Yeah.
Series. There's a longer one coming out soon, made by the same people.
You
Right
know,
It was
now-
really good. It was really good.
It's
Yeah,
by
there's-
Machinima.
Right
Oh.
now, there's a series that is coming called Halo Downfall. It's coming with Halo 5 or something like that. And there's another series kind of podcast called Behind Hunting the Truth, which is on SoundCloud.
Like I think Halo was the only like official video game sort of either to TV or to movie or to big screen adaptation that was actually good. And I have high hopes for the Warcraft one because they're doing the exact same thing that Halo did.
Halo.
But besides
the problem
that,
with Halo,
like
Halo, just like Assassin's Creed, it has an amazing story behind it. It has incredible deep lore behind it. It has like long-standing factions, like for instance, humans and the Forerunners. Their rivalry goes back to like ancient times, like 100,000 years back.
Mhm.
So
Didn't they
it's and just like Assassin's Creed, the Templars go like 10,000 years back or so.
Yeah, didn't they make an Assassin's Creed movie or something?
Yeah,
they're-
they did.
they're
They
working
did
on
There was
one.
a fan film. There was a fan film, I believe.
Because I'm
actually
pretty
have
sure I
it.
remember going to Blockbuster and seeing an Assassin's Creed movie.
Yeah,
Oh, yes.
yeah. What's it called? I can't think of. It's one where it shows Ezio's father. It goes to that story of him.
They're actually in production of an Assassin's Creed movie starring Michael Fassbender in it, if you know who he is.
I don't know.
Yo.
It's,
I got my problems. I got my problems with Assassin's Creed
Yeah.
because I was when the game started. I really loved the game. I was a big fan of it because I was so into the story. I liked the world. I like the characters, right? And I wanted to see what happened. After you finish Assassin's Creed 3, it's like you are disappointed. The story goes nowhere, and you're like, what the fuck? And then the next of the game, after the games, you're like, they keep making the game. Like there's nothing happening. The main story that was
Yeah,
really
yeah,
into is not happening.
Stop. You have to look for the stuff. They do that. They didn't talk about it much in Unity, but if you played, what's it called? The other one, Rogue.
Black
Rogue,
Flag?
They talk about the Rogue. They talk about the story. You have to look into it though. Like Black Flag, you have to hack the computers to find out the story.
Yeah,
Like,
they
it's all stuff.
tell you everything in Black Flag, and they even show you the connections between the characters and everything, because every single Assassin's Creed game, all the characters connect to each other in some form or fashion. Like Assassin's Creed 4, you're playing as what's his name? Is it
Edward
Yeah,
Kenway.
Edward.
Okay, yeah, you're Kenway. Well, that's Hatham's father, and Hatham was the father of what's his name?
Connor.
Part 3. Connor, yeah. So I mean, they all connect in some way. You just kind of have to find it. It's kind of like piecing together a Dark Souls game over a series of games.
And I think what Leon might have been getting at was or was it who was saying that it makes no sense? Because I could see that being an issue with the IRL story sort of thing, not like the second level up, where you're playing as like a supposedly character in the real world. Because that story started to not veer off, but it became very hard to keep track of going through the games, going from like Assassin's Creed 3 to 4 to Rogue to Unity and stuff like that. I haven't played Unity yet, so I actually don't know, but I assume it gets more confusing.
I think I found the movie. It was called Assassin's Creed Lineage.
Yes, that's
Yes, Lineage. I remember that.
It's a really good one. I would suggest you guys watch it. It's a really good.
It's on YouTube.
Yeah, it is.
My problem is I was interested in what was the main character in the Animus aside the Animus at
Outside of the
Desmond
Animus?
Miles.
Desmond.
Yeah, Desmond.
I was
Desmond.
interested of Desmond and his story and how he's gonna save the world, right? And then after you finish 3, you got that disappointing ending going nowhere. You don't know if you save the world or not. And then you got this god, the wrong god, came out and she just ruling the world now. And I'm like, what the fuck? Nothing happens.
I think that's gonna be explained upon. I think they
And what I want so badly is that Desmond become a character, and then after the next Assassin's Creed, you don't have to go back. You're going in the real world to stop the Templars, or the what's the other name they're having now?
Abstergo.
Asturgo, yeah.
Yeah.
You're going to there to stop the Asturgo because that was the
Can I
point.
give you guys a little
You're trying
story?
to save the
because
world
Rogue.
and stop Asturgo.
I looked through Rogue's story and stuff like that. I looked through all the hacking through Rogue because you're in Rogue, unlike Unity, you're in the same Animus building, or you're in the same Abstergo and Entertainment building, the same exact place with Rogue. But the thing I found out when I was looking through it was through Black Flag, for instance, you see one of the sages, Juno's husband, who comes back to life every night, reincarnated through different bodies, basically.
Yeah, he was the IT guy in the last one.
Yeah, and the IT guy leads you to that computer terminal, which Juno comes out and freaks the living hell out of you. It's like one of the most biggest jump scares I've had in years, where Juno just jumps out of the computer and talks and stuff like that, then disappears, and he goes ape shit. And then after that, and he gets shot in the ending of that game. After that, like Black Flag, or Rogue, you don't hear much. You're just playing a guy who's like a Templar in training, and you're going through the Abstergo trying to find out through this one character. I forgot his name, but he worked with Hathan Kenway during that time. It's like in between Assassin's Creed 3 and Assassin's Creed. It's like the story in between Assassin's Creed, between Hathan and Connor. It's that story in between. Mm-hmm. It's that one in between where it just shows the Templars tearing the Assassins apart. You play the Templar who does it. But what happens when you find out about Juno is that Abstergo's aware that she's in the network, but they said at the rate Abstergo is going, the only way Juno could ever take over humankind is if humans fully augment with machines. So that's the story they're going with.
And that's going to change eventually. I mean, seriously, they're trying to do an Assassin's Creed every year, and I don't understand how they keep selling.
But they have a second company up, so I'm hoping. Here's for hoping.
Yeah.
They have a second company up.
Yeah, but we saw how that worked out with what's it called? Call of Duty. With COD. Yeah, they went and now they've got 3 cycles. Well, everybody's just waiting for the one cycle that they like.
Black Ops.
That's what I'm doing. I didn't buy Advanced Warfare or Ghost. I'm waiting for the Treyarch cycle.
Black Ops,
Black Ops 3.
I loved Black Ops 2. I know a lot of people don't, but that single player was incredible.
I love World at War. I love Black Ops 1. I love Black Ops 2. I love them. I love the story mode because they're actually pretty good, and I actually fucking love Zombie. I'm a fanboy of
it. You're not a fanboy of the Horde or whatever it's called.
And their multiplayer is the most balanced one. It's the only one. I think Black Ops and Black Ops 1 was the most competitive Call of Duty out there. It was everywhere. But do you hear about the competitive in Advanced Warfare or Ghost? None of the pro players like the game.
No, we still play Black Ops. I still play Black Ops 2 myself. I don't play Black Ops 3. But or Black Ops or Modern Warfare. Advanced Warfare Ghost. I play Black Ops 3. I love how Angry Joe joked about Advanced Warfare Ghost. He says it's all revolutionary, and then they only added dogs, and I agree with him. They only added dogs to Advanced Warfare.
But they added fish that move out of the way when you swim through them too.
Wow!
64 did that.
It's not like Mario 64 had that on the swimming level.
I get it. But what do you guys think? Are they going to do going on to the same story as Black Ops? Are they going to do something during World War II again?
I think they're gonna continue Mason family heritage.
I like the Mason storyline. That was good. And like Black Ops 1, they did a good job of connecting that to World at War. They did a really good job.
Menendez fucking scary.
Yeah, he was a perfect villain. He was like one of the best gaming villains you ever
That
had because
fucking guy is creepy as fuck.
it wasn't like a Modern Warfare 2 and 3 where he would just like you would open the door and he's just standing there, whatever his name is, and he just shoot you.
No, the first time you use wood, right? You using wood, and you went through and see Menendez for the first time. He hold a grenade in front of you, and he talking to you, and then he pinned the grenade, and you start you're gonna shoot at him, and you shoot him in the eye. And I was like, what the fuck? And the reason he does that is because you accidentally kill her.
Kill
Yeah,
his daughter.
her daughter,
His
and that's
sister.
why he become crazy.
Yeah, and he wants revenge and stuff like that, and it goes all the way up until like the year 2020 and 2022, 2025, I think, and it has that futuristic feel to it. It wasn't like Advanced Warfare, where it has that like over the top futuristic feel. This one actually had an actually good futuristic feel. to it.
And when you get the bad ending, holy shit, Wood is right there sitting down, and then Menendez come in and like, oh my god, and then he caught his throat really slowly to Wood. I'm like, oh my god, this guy's fucked up. It's creepy.
But I'm just saying, it has amazing. It's a good game, and I'm waiting for the next Black Ops. I
So
really
the
am,
story in Black Ops 2, and actually World of War are pretty good. Are really interesting.
And the multiplayer is competitive. What do you guys think? Everyone else, we gave me and Sonic gave ours. What is your guys' opinion of Black Ops 3?
Last call that I played was Modern Warfare 2, so I can't comment on that.
Oh,
I haven't even played a Call of Duty game, so don't ask me.
how about you, JT? He's not here. But yeah, it's getting to the point where they're just shipping them out too many times and stuff, and we're getting the same thing. They have to do something way different with the story. They really do. They can't just keep making it this mindless action game. Why not make it something like World War I? Why not put something in the Civil War? Why put it in? Why not do something like the Old West? Why do something?
I like Mason psychological story that you're just following a guy who's actually you. The guy's never there. And I was like, the moment I saw the plot twist, I was like, oh, that's good. Like, I didn't expect that.
Like the thing again, I haven't played them, so I could be wrong. From what I understand, the biggest problem seems to be that they release a new one like every year, and it's not that much different from the last one. Now, I think what could be a better strategy would be maybe release them every couple of years without major changes instead of just because if people are getting bored of them, bored of the same thing over and over again.
What you can do, I know if people keep buying the game every year, they're not gonna see enough difference. I haven't bought them for 3 years, so if I'm going to play Black Ops 3, and from the difference in Black Ops 2 and Black Ops 3, from 3 years, I think I'm gonna see a difference myself.
Well,
because
here's the thing I
years.
found out. The more they release more Black Ops game or more sequels to Call of Duty, sales go down.
Yeah,
So-
that's what I was going to mention. Apparently, sales go down every year when they release a COD game.
They're getting to the point where it's like Activision's just heavily fixating on this, and when they released Destiny, which was supposed to be like a breath of fresh air, and they cut the game into DLC, we went like, oh, not this shit again. Activision trying to pull the same thing they did. Right now with Ubisoft, what they're trying to do, they try to break the Assassin's Creed cycle with putting like Watch Dogs up there to see how people liked it and stuff like that. That's why I always try to tell people to give Watch Dogs a chance because that could break the Assassin's Creed style.
That whole sequel, that whole game remind me too much like an open world version of Splinter Cell and Assassin's Creed.
Well, it was set like in the same universe as Assassin's Creed, wasn't it? Like there was a bunch of Abstergo.
Yeah, it was. You killed what's his name, the head in Assassin's Creed 4, the head of Abstergo. You killed him. It's like a non-canon version of the game where you could kill Felipe.
Oh, okay.
During one of those missions, during one of those annoying mission things.
Yeah.
And
Oh
he
my
says, "This
God.
is a sick bastard. I gotta take him out."
This is unrelated, but look at the link. The butt hurt is real.
What's up? Oh shit. More butt
Some
hurt.
some feminist guy just burned a man in his shirt.
Oh
but
god.
but he's like telling, I'm doing this for this because you hate women and you're a piece of shit. Like, oh, the butt hurt. It's
You
unrelated.
know what? All I have to say is, that is just he doused that thing with gasoline. I'm looking at.
That's
it right now.
hilarious.
He just spent $24 on that.
He spent $24.
Spent.
He spent $24. Actually, he spent about $30 to do that shit.
Okay,
Because
one
he had
last
to
thing
go-
before I close the stream.
Plus
up, guys.
gasoline.
Guys, one last thing. I'm gonna stop this at 8. But one last thing I'm going to do before I stop the broadcast. I always do this. I'm doing this during these This Week in Gaming. What do you guys think is going to come up at E3?
I'm expecting a Neo Metroid game
Mm-hmm.
so badly.
Metroid.
I'm actually expecting NRS to come out and announce an Injustice 2. I
And
don't know
Injustice
why,
2.
but I'm expecting them to do this for some dumbass reason. I really am.
Nah, they had to wait at least 2 years or 1 year.
Well,
Now
no,
it's too
that's
early.
their cycle though.
Yeah.
That's how come they put out Injustice after MK9, because it was like every 2 years they're putting out a new fighting game.
Mhm.
So I'm expecting them to do it. But
Micro. Got any predictions for E3? Okay, just giving him. JT.
Okay, guys, if you want to, let's plan for the day of E3 and do a hangout together. to watch it live.
We already have this set up, okay?
Yeah.
We already have this all set up. We have this
I want-
planned.
Can I say something?
Me, JT, and Andrea all have this planned ahead of time, so we'll get it done around that time. Okay, JT, any predictions on E3, even though we heard from you in the past?
Well, I did hear a rumor about they're updating the graphics on Xenoblade Chronicles,
Oh, okay.
and they're gonna probably preview it at E3.
Mm-hmm.
Hopefully, the new updated graphics for the because they're gonna try to show it, because they did show it the Nintendo Direct thing, and they showed the new updates, and they made comparisons back in 2013. And so they added new effects to it, so they're probably going to make a Xenoblade Chronicles X look kind of good.
Mm-hmm. Yeah. Call Dunar.
Just Justin. Justin is fine. Justin is absolutely fine.
What do you think?
What, predictions for E3?
Yeah.
I predict, okay, drama or games? Because there's
Games.
Okay, good. Because I was gonna say I have a lot to talk about drama.
We'll do that in another stream.
Yeah. I foresee. I'm excited to see the Halo 5 official sort of trailer.
Do you think they're gonna do a trailer for Halo 5?
E3? Oh, I almost.
I'll be back, guys.
Oh, probably gonna announce the
Because they've
date.
already announced what it's going to be called, and they gave like a teaser that they put on TV. I saw it the other day, and
Also-
you're going to have to announce it eventually, very soon.
Also, I want to see a Neo Metal Gear Phantom Pain trailer.
So I think what they're going to do is probably have either gameplay or maybe an official trailer. I don't know.
Yeah.
That's probably what I'm most excited about.
My prediction for E3 is
I don't
this.
own an Xbox One.
Yeah. My prediction for E3 is this. E3 is we're gonna see something from Bethesda. We all know that they're having a panel of their own up, so we're gonna either see a new Elder Scrolls or Fallout.
Oh,
Channel
please
Fallout.
follow. Please follow 4. Please follow 4. Please follow.
I'm not
4.
sure.
I just want a new Fallout 4. I've been playing
not
Fallout
sure.
3 a lot.
And here's
Oh,
here's something I'm gonna jump on a thing here. Valve might introduce something. I'm not sure yet. Something other than their Steam machine.
I think they're gonna show Source 2, and from Source 2 they're gonna show probably Half-Life 3 or maybe
Left
a
4
new
Dead
IP.
3. It's either gonna be Left 4 Dead or Half-Life.
Well,
I
they've already
think-
counted
I'm
to
pretty-
2 on all their series, so what else can
Hear
they do?
me out.
Make a new series.
Hear me out. I'm thinking Left 4 Dead 3 might come first because Left 4 Dead 3 is more easy to do because it's not too in-depth in story. There's story, but it's in the background. But it's more easy to do to show their new engine.
It's a zombie. It's just like you hold off a horde of zombies. Like it
But-
might be Gary's mod too as well.
But it's also good to show their new engine. So if they're gonna do a new game, the best one to do is
Or
Left 4 Dead
Counter-Strike.
3.
or
Nah,
Counter-Strike.
Counter-Strike Go is already perfect.
No, but I'm just saying they might do a new Counter-Strike. I'm not sure yet. It would be Left 4 Dead or Counter-Strike. That's
4
what they
Dead
did with
3
Source.
Left 4 Dead 3 is perfect to show their new engine, and then show Half-Life 3. But probably they can give time to work on that. Like show, yes, we're making Half-Life 3, but Left 4 Dead 3 is coming first, which is good to show their new engine. That's the thing. That's my prediction.
Yeah, so we're going to leave it at that. Well, it's been great for you guys coming to hang with us. We'll be seeing you guys later. I've been your host, Leon Godstill, with go ahead and say your names.
Yeah.
All right, that was
Yeah.
Yeah.
No. Okay, I'm sorry.
I'm No.
He's too good to say his name.
Okay,
No.
just say your goodbyes.
All right. Well, anyway, if anybody wants to follow me, you'll find me on Twitter as the_spore666. Right now, I'm under the persona of Lord Korn, and eventually it'll go back to actual Nurgle.
Uh-huh. Okay. Next.
Next.
You wanna...
Okay.
We should have, like,
My name
an order.
was Mr. Sonic. You can find me on Twitter as @SonicHD. Stupid name. And also YouTube as @SonicHD. I do shit. I don't know.
Okay.
And I talk shit on Twitter.
Okay. Micro?
My name is Mike Romanix. You can find me on YouTube and Twitch under the same name, and Twitter. I came to this stream, made one silly joke, and then for the rest of it, went to go find a restroom because, oh my god, I had a brush with death.
All right, one thing you could do. E3 prediction. We'll just give it to you right now. E3 prediction.
My E3 prediction?
Yes.
Yeah.
Oh shit, I wasn't prepared for this.
Yeah,
I was
you
way
Put you on the spot, sir.
Yeah, I was way more concerned with my poop. But E3 prediction.
Any game you want to see.
Any game I want to see. I want to see Assassin's Creed cross something else.
Okay.
So Assassin's Creed cross like Modern Warfare.
Assassin's Creed Cross Prince of Persia.
Oh, it'd be the same game.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Okay.
Assassin's Creed cross Mario Brothers.
I think
Okay.
honestly that's the
Okay.
one.
All right. Okay, JT. Okay, JT.
Me?
Yeah.
What did what E3
No,
prediction?
no, you already gave E3. I think I meant closing. We were
Closing?
giving closing. Yeah.
The closing.
Yeah.
Who's gonna win?
No, I'm not. That's not what I meant. I meant right before I asked Micro. I'm closing the stream up, and I was gonna have everybody give out their Twitter handles. and
All right,
stuff
my
like that.
Twitter handle is @HeroForNuts. But you can also you can look it up as Zan was right with an apostrophe.
Okay, you're next, Kellen or
Justin.
Justin,
Just say Justin.
okay.
You guys can call me
Justin.
Justin.
okay.
My Twitter handle is @Caldnar, and that's CALDNAR. And I mean it has Justin in the name as well, so I mean you'll find me as either name. And you can also find me on Twitter, on YouTube at the same name. And besides that, I pretty much exist nowhere else. Not even in Europe. So, yeah,
Okay. Well, we've been here for you guys, giving the gaming news and stuff. We'll see you guys next week. I've been your host, Leon Gunstill, with Kaldnar, JT Vega, Micromonix, Mr. Sonic, and Nurgle. We'll check it out. We'll be checking
That
out. See you
guy.
guys later.
Bye.